Ready? 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 Whoa! Hey! Wanna go? Who wants to go? Does everybody want to go? What do you mean, where are we going? We're going to the show. Going to the show. What do you think we're gonna do? Ha! Hi, camera. What do you say, camera? Ha! Ha! That's the show.
It's always a big deal to make something and people like it. I mean, that's just about as basic as you can get. What's really interesting or fun for me is to think that you've made something that has many, many pieces that were eventually made to fit together, and it created a whole that could then be filled with energy. We're making puppets. I'm making Thomas Chatterton. Thomas Chatterton is a wood rat. And here he is without his eyes. His mouth is about to get working. Merry Christmas. Right? Thomas Chatterton, the wood rat. We're going to get his eyes in today, and today we're also going to get his shoulders in so I can so he can get some clothes. What we're doing in children's theater is trying to say things that are important for kids. Ideas and that sort of thing. And so what you want to do is you want to somehow invite them into this world where the things you have to say to them are something they can trust, or something that they can really immediately connect with.
Up there, there's a question, nice and loud. Little girl.
I didn't know that all the countries could have puppet shows.
And a huge part of that is the very first moment they walk in here and see lights and colors and drops and puppets. There is a very clear idea that I'm trying to recreate kind of I wouldn't say an electronic Christmas morning, but a kind of an old-fashioned, happy kind of Christmas morning look. When they walk into this theater and they say, "Oh boy," you know, they should have this kind of mindset that this is going to be a little bit like Christmas morning. What's about to happen here? And so you do make the effort to get that, and of course, the nice thing about having your own little space is that you can actually create these different sets that can make that sense of things. There's really two pieces to this. There's what you think needs to be said, and then you got to know who you're saying it to. You got to know something about both. Okay, so that means if it's something environmental that you want to talk about, what age kid are you talking to? You got to know what age kid. It's not just in children's theater anyhow. And you got to know where those kids are at. You got to know what's going to keep those kids from being bored. All of that stuff goes in as step one. So it's the idea and it's the audience. These are the two really initial components that you need to bring together. Here's the puppet. Here's the story. Oh, the story is about to tell the puppet that he should look in a different way visually. Okay? Now the puppet speaks. And as the puppet speaks, he's about to tell the script that it really ought to rewrite itself a little bit better to fit the way the puppet speaks and the way the puppet looks. In other words, it evolves. This state of the puppet tells the script to do this. Well, the script could turn around and tell the puppet to do this. And then you bring it on stage and add music, and maybe the music makes this have to go like that. You know, if you keep letting the different parts of the play inform each other, you can get something pretty creative out of it. Something new will happen. And new is good. Now the thing with the sax guy is that you just have to, he can be very subtle. He can just kind of do this. We thought about giving him a foot string so he could keep time, but really he could keep time. He can keep time just like this. And then he waits and he hangs and he waits and he hangs until it's his time to play. And then he pulls up his horn. That's that string back there. And then he's really very simple in a lot of ways, except I had to build him so that he had all his moves, so he could be really organic. So. When all is said and done, he's made in a way that's simple enough that I can kind of become him, right? So that, you know, the more I'm into him, the more this whole thing is a wand here, you know. He thinks and I think and we think together, something like that. Now he has shoulders, all right? So shoulders are the first step. Now he's going to get a chest. Yeah, I can never be happy with the eyes. Never really be happy. He's going to get a jacket and stuff like that. This is just an armature for a jacket. And he'll be moving forward from there. You've worked all of this time, one rehearsal after another, just kind of to go out there and not screw up. I mean, that's what opening night is, or the premiere of a show. Just do a real good, solid job of it. You know, shows are interesting. I like to say you got to do a show about 20 times before you're really doing it, you know, because where it loosens up and there's a lot of really good chemistry happening, either it's between you and the audience or between you and the other actors or performers. It takes a while for that to happen. And of course, that's the fun. That's when it's really fun, when that's happening. Basically, you start out with you kind of calmly, don't show too much. But then as you go through, you kind of turn them on near the end, so they're. And then another thing is you turn. The notion of marionettes, in my mind, is not to make something that can do some kind of nuance, that sort of thing. You can make marionettes do these little things, you know. My idea is that they are about what they're thinking, about what they're saying, about what they're doing. So you want to have good organic movement that begins with the puppeteer and goes right down the strings. And so whatever that puppet's thinking, you are thinking. So unlike this, where the controls happen to be a kind of a rod kind of deal here, in a marionette, the controls are the string. But the idea is the same, that you go right from your head into the puppet. And the puppet is not so complicated that it can't just express emotion.
You never know. You can never know. That's the trouble with the arts, statistically or any other way. If what you did, without a doubt, in a demonstrable way, improved or helped or was great or useful to somebody, you can't prove it, you know. They can tell you it was, but you can sense that it is. You can sense that what you did was good for who you did it for, and that's fulfilling. When you get that vibe, because you do get a vibe when there's like a resonance with an audience that says, "Oh yeah, we understand what you just did, and that was good